these two teams. And yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I have zero faith in this draft of Bait, but who am I to say that, right, John? It's up to Bait to show us exactly what they can do. We'll get to see very, very soon, I'm sure. As they are going to smoke up as 5, run right towards Bait here on the bottom side of the map. Though there is going to be a smoke break by Stonebank. We'll see Bloody 9, but he's not reacting very quickly. Maybe setting up for a big team fight. The Blood Right is going to be there, but a nice Aether Remnant going to lock him down. Stonebank is dropping so low, but a Surge is skilled up. It won't matter, though. Moose got the final right click in. Oh, it's such a bad start. Lowdine's also going to go down. And now you've got level 1 Surge on Funny.
Yeah, that is not good. There is no justification for that. You don't even get the save.
Oh, at least they got red too. That's good. I mean, it's still like such a win for DogChamp. It's not even close to being fair here for Bait.
No. This is awkward, to say the least, for Bait. They will at least trade even on bounties, so we're not seeing that outrageous start we saw from DogChamp last time, getting like the 4 for 0 on the bounty start. So you do have a little bit more, but man, 2 kills off the bat for DogChamp. You're feeling great. You know, you just set yourself up for a good time. Taking a look up top where Stominen was maybe looking to run down a creep wave, but does miss the timing on that. Maybe looking to run down the second wave, but again, Bloody 9's keeping an eye out. He can slow you down with Frost Blast, so you can't get as far away down the line. The output from Stominen is good, but Bloody 9's doing a good job of just zoning, leaving DNM to a 1v1 lane up against a Darkseer with Surge. There is no threat here.
No, that's not at all. But he'll surely get level 2 soon. I think Stominen has to give the solo XP away because Funny's just not going to have a lane without those Iron Shoals coming up. Sneakers, did you realize like DogChamp has 4 universal heroes?
Yes, sir.
In their draft?
Isn't that great?
Kind of insane, but I guess that is the strength of these heroes right now. They are pretty damn stupid. So silly how much damage they do deal.
Yeah, they do a lot. I mean, to be fair, I think Venomancer is one of the lowest scaling universal types. Like, he literally doesn't care for more right-click damage. So I don't know if that even counts in Venomancer, but literally everyone else does enjoy it massively. And I suppose a Veno with Triple Branch, Magic Wand still does a decent amount of right-clicks along with a Poison Sting, so it is oppressive to deal with for Bait, as we are seeing down bot with Lowdine and Stonebank moves.
Oh, nice blast off. It. He does. Lowdine still going to survive those, so Moo's now the one in a little bit of danger. But the thing is, when you've got a Venomancer who just gales the position 1, like, a Bloodseeker can't do anything if he gets galed up. Like, the 50% slow is way too high for him. So Moose easily walks away and just continues this crazy amount of harassment. Lowdine is trying his absolute best to trade with him, but it's just so funny to watch heroes not being able to trade with techies. Because that is just literally the case. Is Moose going to step back for a moment. Stonebank in huge trouble and is going to get denied. Nice deny by Lowdine.
There's a little bit of a reset coming out there for Stonebank. They do waste a lot of mana on the side of DogChamp to try to get that done. So that's a lot of resources being expended here from DogChamp by Bait, and you don't really find anything in exchange. Good snipe as well from Stominen, who has that 4 ward up top to constantly play around that area, give that solo EXP up to Funnick. And to be fair, Funnick hits level 3. So now he can just cut the creep wave, play with the Iron Shell, get what he needs out of this lane. Again, you're not going to be applying pressure on DNM though. And he is up there in the CS. Every single lane in terms of creeps right now is heavily in favor of DogChamp, at least.
Bit of a fight there, top lane of the Lotus Pool. Stominen dropping pretty low, trying to abuse the Firefly, but it is level 1, and it's not like he had an Iron Shell on top of him to really get that damage escalating. Funnick, though, now seeing how low they are, can just go for a bit of a dive himself. Bloody 9 going to try and load us up to try and survive through this, and now they might even turn this one. Funnick needs to be very careful. They've got the gaze up, but no, DNM, maybe he's going to go down. Funnick, though, is the one to drop. So, I mean, if Funnick, he gets the Lich kill first, but it's not really worth his own life. Because now, bottom lane, Moose at least does drop here, so Bait finding a pretty nice kill on the other side of the map here for Stonebank. Already, it just feels like all the kills are really just going in the favor of DogChamp.
And one thing you're getting here on bait is with these really low lanes, you are getting a lot of presence out from Stonebank. So you can threaten to kill while you're low there on DNM. He's likely to just always get low with all of this damage coming out inside of bait speed.
Woo. Speed is, I mean, he's surviving for now. Lowdyne the one to go down. But eventually, Speed eats the Lotus. Stormin in the meantime does go down. Speed should get hit by the blood right now. He's fine. Stonebank's the one to drop. Oh boy. That's rough.
Our boy Speed. He's showing us a broken hero right now, Mike. I was a non-believer. But Speed, 2 games in a row, proving me wrong. He makes it look... I mean, it is supposed to be amazing in lane, but not this amazing. This is just insanity coming out from Speed.
I mean, all he needs now is a Midas, right? And then we truly have a broken hero.
Don't tempt him, Mike. Don't tempt him. If he could hear you right now, I'm like, that's a great idea, Mike. No. None of that.
I mean, all lanes going pretty favorably right now for the side of DogChamp. Like, you do have Dendi doing quite well in the mid lane as the TA, top of the CS board, but he is the saving grace right now for Bane. And as I say that, I hope I haven't jinxed him, John, because Red 2 is doing a lot of damage. But Dendi able to pop that refraction and walk the hell out of there. And like I said, Dendi is the real saving grace for his team at the moment, as the mid lane is the only one that's really won out.
Yeah, and again, it's to be expected. You're not winning out in a major way though on the TA, which is concerning, although they could find a kill now. No,
they
level
could.
6 is up.
They will not.
A little bit unfortunate in the timing, but at the least this will secure the 6-minute rune coming out here. So at the least you'll get a top up for Dendi.
Oh, funny. Skewer is out. DNM. He was locked on the cliff for a moment, but not for too long. You do have Surge available. Problem is Bloody Nine's looking for the gaze and is going to get it. Funnick, not knowing where to go now, is going to drop. And Funnick, he was waiting to get within the fog, so the gaze couldn't connect, but Bloody Nine got him right on the edge of that. As bottom lane now, the jump is in once again for Stonebank, but he's going to survive.
That's it's so weird because you're getting constantly low up top for DNM, but it's not enough for Stonebank to feel comfy down bot when he's sped up in the Bloodseeker. Like, you still have a lot of damage coming out from Speed and Moose. You can't afford to be too close to the creep wave, as that leads to pretty good Gale angles. Lowdyne.
Oh, they are dropping very low down to that bottom lane, but Stonebank is running like a race car at the moment. Just so much thirst movement speed being provided here for Stonebank, so he's feeling rather safe with himself. But DogChamp, they're just going to hang around this bottom lane. Like, Speed's just finding so much XP and farm on the Veno as well. And the thing is, even with this TA farming really well, like, you are against a Veno. So it's... the refraction is not going to last very long, as Speed is going to get jumped now bottom lane. They should have their way with him. Speed trying to get out. Does land a Gale. Trying to go back after Lowdyne, but ultimately cannot do it. Meanwhile, Stonebank now getting very low thanks to Moose, but Bloody Nine is forced to TP in to help Moose survive Sominan's Firefly damage. They will even pop a Blood Right once again. Make sure the chase cannot continue. And so everyone on the side of bait is going to be just fine. DogChamp, oh, I say that, Lowdyne. Going to be dived now by DNM. So it will be a bit of a trade here, but certainly in the favor of bait.
Yeah, they managed to finally punish the Venomancer. Speed actually switches lanes. Heads up top now to hold that lane steady, which I suppose it's fair. You're not going to care too much about Iron Shell. You've always got your wards to drop. You need some sort of EXP right now on Speed. And DNM can afford to play elsewhere, although he does TP back up top. Red 2 nails it.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to fight over the power rune. Sadly for Stominant, he tried to run away at the last moment and got caught by an Aether Remnant, so not only did he lose the rune for Dendi, but he also lost his life, which I'm sure Dendi was pretty unhappy about. So DNM, top lane. They won't be unhappy if they find this kill. Nice vacuum from Funnick. RP committed by DNM, does land on 3, but they've got the lift back into the Blood Right. DNM still trying, blast off. Oh, it's there, but it's not enough. Lowline still finds the kill, but they're gonna lose Stonebank anyway. Moves, setting up a perfect fight for his team. Sure, you still lose out, I think, on DogChamp losing DNM first, but the fact that they found Stonebank as a trade to DNM, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not. It's actually pretty all right. You're happy enough with his trade. You're forcing a lot of movement out from Bait up top, freeing up other lanes. Again, giving Speed the room he wants, the room he needs to just get this farm, get this push going down bot, get the solo XP going. The one thing that you are kind of leaving alone is Dendy. As you mentioned, this is the ray of hope right now for Bait. He's had the best laning result out of all of his team's lanes. He has this ride into the Dragonlance lined up pretty smoothly. And the pressure is still applying up top.
Yeah, Bloody Nine going to be chased down here. Bait now with the double Iron Shoals. Just going to stick onto the Lich, and once the Frost Shield is gone... Oh, hold on a minute. Red 2, he's rotated again. Bloody Nine. It's going to end up gazing Funnick to ensure that they can't chase down Red 2, but Red's got some help. DNM's here. He's still got a Slip Charge as well, so Red's not really in too much danger. Unless he messes up, he should be just fine. And Stominen's the one to go down. They feed even more kills back the way of DogChamp. Not the greatest of news here if you are Bait.
It's a little bit scary to give DNM this much. He's 5.2k net worth, a good 1k above any next hero. He's already got the Wraith Band Bracer. I like this earlier stat build up to just sustain the lane. We should see the Mask of Madness into Echo Saber build up, into probably the Satanic as well. So full disassembly. And he's just set to have a smooth ride. No one to contest him. They are trying to make moves onto Speed again with a wall.
They are. Last stop is there. Moves landing perfectly. Funnick just surely cannot survive this onslaught, as he might have to be denied off again, but Lowdyne can't quite get there. Speaking of Lowdyne, he's also going to drop. Moves picking up a killing spree here on the techies. Stonebank at least might be able to trade, and looks like he will eventually. But Speed's going to go for a man fight now. Gale does land. He's got the Veil of Discord as well, but they can't keep chasing. Stonebank still proving to be a little bit too fast.
Oh man, everything lines up. Even the dig from Bloody Nine gives him a bounty. So what more could you ask for? Like that's just RNG's favoring you there. Even though you do lose your techies, like you're getting this aggression on the lanes. Again, you're not losing speed. He gets to live true. He gets to get this farm. Universal type Venom. Okay, I underestimated how much this does, but Veil of Discord build plus Bracer, he does 97 damage. That's wild. That's
not
maybe
bad.
A bit too much.
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean, for a Venomancer at level 8, almost hitting 100 per right click is pretty insane considering, you know, all the poison damage he has. As Lowdyne feels like dying, so he's going to jump into Speed and Bloody Nine, and he's going to get Chain Frosted to death.
Doesn't really do much to stall out this push onto the tier 1. DogChamp should just be able to find it, equalize the map a little bit. They have managed to get some space out for Funnick up top. So this is buying room for your Darkseer to build up. Vanguard already up for Funnick. Wonder if he goes Aura early down mid.
Oh, mid lane, Dendy. He thought he could take advantage of a double damage rune, but he's going down to moves as Funnick has shown up. Bloody Nine's literally just going to walk away from these. Oh, hold on a minute. Nice little surge on the illusion, but the Aether Remnant is going to catch it. So even Bloody Nine going to be fine to just casually walk out. Bait, they are still hanging around, maybe looking for a bit of a snipe, but they'll get some wards down and that'll be about it. This is the thing, like, this is why I kind of scoffed at the Darkseer when it was picked up. It just doesn't really feel like it does anything. Up until you get some more levels up and maybe some more items, but this hero, when you're playing from behind, it really does feel quite bad.
It does. It soaks up a lot of space as well, because it can farm so fast, but it needs to farm, so it will take that space. Like right now, they've dedicated this entire top lane just to Funnick, which is probably where Stonebank would rather play, or even Dendy, right, on the TA. Kind of just wants room to farm. They don't have it. Still, yeah, I mean, you're not too bad for Bait in terms of your core farm. It's the only outlier is really DNM. So otherwise, you're maintaining pretty good farm parity across the board. They're trying to get a smoke play out here.
Why not? Top lane, DNM, he's a big target. He's the biggest one they could ask for. Stominan's trying to look for a lasso, not able to get there in time. The 8th, the Remnant, off the mark as well. DNM pops the RP. Speed shows up as well. Stominan, now the one trying to run, and should be okay to do so. But they cannot pick off DNM. I mean, had Speed not showed up, they would have certainly kept going, but with the Veno around, with all the damage he can dish out, it's just too much to deal with. Meanwhile, Moose gets away with taking the Wisdom Rune, just TPing in that little tree line on the left side, and they could not find him.
Yeah. And they're kind of getting the space they'd want in DogChamp as well. Sure, it costs an RP. It doesn't feel like you're looking for a big team fight just yet anyway. On the side of DogChamp, waiting for some item build-ups. So you're perfectly fine. Just stalling out that, getting some space. Mid is being shoved quite well by Dendi. It's something the TA can excel at. And you're one part away from the full Deso. For Bait's end, once that Deso is up, they need to try to get control on the side of Roche, where it will spend most of its time in, like when you decide to take a Roche on. So maybe find a pick off into that Roche. That's still something TA really excels at. You've got the blink up now for Stominan. And this is a much better Batrider game in the sense that there are no hard dispels on hand. So you should always be able to get control. We need to see Stominan's Batrider shine once more, get these angles in, isolate certain heroes, and get the cleanup crew going so Bait can start to reel in a lead for themselves. They're not too far behind, but this is the kind of lineup that does want to be ahead.
Speed's hanging around mid lane. 4 heroes from Bait are here. They're going to try and make the play with the Surge out and the Blink Dagger. They've got Speed on the Venomancer. That's a nice pick off for Bait. Mind you, it does cost them 4 heroes to make that happen, but they do get away with it.
Yeah. You're more than happy. Again, that's the Blink reveal of Stominan paying off quite nicely. So you get that surprise factor out of the way on a pretty juicy target. Stonebank?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, Stonebank's just being dived into the tier 2 tower. Lowdyne, stolen Chain Frost actually bouncing through the neutral creeps and might go back towards Moose. But Moose...
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, Moose. He's going to find a trade. Meanwhile, Dendi ends up dying. DNM kills him off in the mid lane. So nothing really working out. Like, you got a techie's kill, but you gave away 3 heroes for that across. And now DogChamp, they're just into the mid T1 tower. They're just freest tower of their life. Nothing to stop them. And may I just point your attention towards the farm of DNM as well, John? Like, he is well and truly ahead. This TA is not keeping up.
It's not. It's really not. Again, in the context of every other hero, you're kind of doing fine on Bait. It's just this outlier in DNM is going to make things hellish. Full Harpoon up, disassembly play on the Morbid Mask, into the BKB. That's when this Magnus starts to become a massive menace. And the pickoff game is just consistent with that Harpoon. So you've always got some good tempo to play with on DogChamp. Speed, sitting back, farming. He is trying to go for a Heaven's Halberd here, which is a really good play. Disarming TA, it's going to be really awkward for Dendi to do anything. Disarming Stonebank is pretty big as well. So you've got your answers lining up on DogChamp. And again, for Bait, we just haven't been able to see that connection. Funnick is working towards the full pipe buildup, so damage mitigation on Magic can be on hand, and they are smoked here on red too.
Oh, that's a big pick off. That's a big pick off. If they can get it, red in trouble is going to drop. I mean, they threw everything but the kitchen sink at the guy to make sure that happened, but definitely a worthwhile pick off for Bait.
Yeah, it's a nice one. That's the kind of kills they need, right? Just keep playing around this Blink Lasso. Keep punishing when you see someone isolated on a map pretty far forward. The issue is, once you pop that inside of DogChamp, they can look to make their own play.
Speed, he's doing a lot of damage just with these spells being thrown out. Stonebank losing over half his HP, but Speed obviously needs to get out once he gets ruptured. Bloody Nine gonna show up. Chain Frost is actually gonna be committed, but unlucky bounces here from Bloody Nine as DNM also shows up. Maybe they can't find Stonebank, but they can pick off Lowdyne. Problem is now Dendi's here. Bloody Nine still trying to survive. Even Salves up there for a moment as DNM with a nice Harpoon skewer play now. onto Dendy, burn through all the refraction charges. Red 2 is around as well, but I'm not sure if they can really try and go for this. They're going to try, and with the RP out, never mind, they can. Stolman also being slowed up now, in massive trouble. He is gone. 3 for 1. The Lich is the only one to drop. And DogChamp still proving to just be the significantly better team here in this game too, as they now take a 6k advantage in this game. And they just don't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. In fact, they're going for Roshan.
That is not what you want to see if you're bait. Like, this is where their lineup should shine. Going for the Roche off the pickoff, but they get punished, sticking around. And DogChamp just disassembled them in their formation up top. Losing Roche with a TA lineup, that is not good. Granted, first Roche maybe doesn't give you as much, but it's still important to maintain control on this objective. Bait scan it out. They might try to force something out, but this is going pretty fast.
They're trying to get there. Like, pretty close. Surge is out. Oh, they're a second too late. They're going to drop the wall anyway and try to go for the fight. DNM, he got cancelled mid-skewer. It won't matter though. Funix, the one in pretty big danger as he is just dead. Meanwhile, Lowdown on the right side is getting caught out here by Speed, trying to run his way away, but Speed still chasing him down, handing over the vision, but they cannot catch him. Nevertheless, they got the Roshan, they got the Aegis, and they even got Funnick. And there was just literally zero that Bait could do about it.
They just didn't have an answer. The movement very forced out. They were way too far to run into the Roshan. They did have a good read on it, getting the scan off and having that idea, but the timing just doesn't line up because they lost that last fight. They still got the blink ready against Dominant. The lasso is set to go, but Tier 1 tower does fall and they can't re-engage. And DogChamp, they're hitting these big timings now. Like, you've got, again, the Harpoon fully up for DNM. It's got 1.9k in bank, could be saving for the blink, and they'll smoke up here. Stonebang.
Not Stonebang. The thing is with the Bloodseeker, like, he's got a BKB up, but he never gets it off.
No.
He does now, but it's too late. There's DNM. A perfect RP.
God.
Onto 2. It's just... It's a clinic, John. This game is just a clinic from DogChamp.
It is. Like, the skewer back RP angle from DNM. The smoke engagement on that, forcing out the rupture onto Red 2, who just gets spacing to stand still in that pool. And now they can just go for tier 2s. Looks like they're looking for a little bit more if they can find anything, but they're not going to be able to find Dendy. Really the big target they'd want to pin down further, but even as TA, now you're clearly behind on every core. It's not farm parity outside of just the Magnus now. Now it's just no farm parity at all. Maybe you're closer to Red 2, sure, it's not a significant gap between the Void Spirit and the TA, but it's more than enough to make you feel uncomfy. TA is supposed to hyperfarm. TA is supposed to get the space, supposed to have at least an item or component advantage over some of the cores. Not there at all for Dendy in this game.
There's nothing happening right for Bait this game, that's for sure. You kind of said it earlier, like Dendy was kind of the saving grace for the team with the farm he was getting. Oh, mid lane. Smoke is broken. Moose is thinking about jumping in. He's going to juke out Stonebank. Red 2's going to hang out as well. Moose is actually just running away. They rupture him up finally. And he's just running away. Well, he's alive. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Got forced out.
He should die now. Here we go. Moose, no, he's fine. Moose is alive. Stonebank's the one running. Oh, and Harpoon is out from DNM. Drags him right into his loving arms.
Oh no.
That is
when
depressing.
The BKB fades. Nothing's lining up. Bait have to commit so much to try to find this techies. They don't. The one good thing was that they got prox mines, but Lowdown immediately swaps it for the Empower. Maybe that can be nice on a TA, but felt like at this point, you would have kept the prox mines and just tried to stall out this push. Age is still up for 2 minutes. Full Satanic up for DNM. It's got so much damage, so much HP to play with. Even without moves around, you don't mind. You can just keep shoving.
They're going to back off a little bit, DogChamp. They're not going to overextend. We know this team plays it a lot safer than other teams in NA, that's for sure. And you can't blame them. You know, this is a team that's just trying to play clean Dota every single time. And I think when you're a team that's just progressively getting better, that's the way to play it anyway. Just always focus on playing clean. It's dominant. Nice lasso. Has found DNM. Mind you, he does have an Aegis up for another 49 seconds. So chances are he's not going to die. He also has an 8-second BKB and a brand new Satanic. So, you know, along with the Aegis, I highly doubt the lasso would have actually ended up in a big kill.
No, it's a little bit optimistic. Maybe if you clumped up all your damage, you can commit almost every single spell you have. You probably could, but that's 1 life. 2 lives is... It doesn't feel feasible at this point in the game. We'll see what Bait has. They can kind of hold high ground pretty well. There's always the threat of the lasso back, as we've seen. A big back wall coming out that can kind of cause issues for DogChamp. So they err on the side of caution, as you mentioned. Just wanted to play some clean Dota, but they are using the space well. If they're farming all across the map, they're getting their item scaling going. They're maintaining this lead in a pretty phenomenal way. Full Halberd up for speed now. Manta style up for red too, so he's not under as much threat from certain dispels, from certain spells on hand. He'll have a Linken's up as well to prevent this lasso play, to prevent the rupture play. You're gonna have a lot of solutions from DogChamp and just no clear answers from Bait. This draft just doesn't execute well from behind. Like, there is still an item timing they can fall back to down the line. Say the Blink plus Ags up on Funnick, but right now that's just a pipe dream. He's just working towards durability, working towards aura, and even that's not fully done yet on our Darkseer.
There you go, lasso being committed here. They've got Moose once again, but we've seen this one before. Moose, he's got a full Crimson Guard, so he's actually pretty damn tanky. There's now Ingo's speed, a big slow out. They've caught Dendi once again on the TA. The refraction is not going to last. Ingo's the spread of the Noxious Plague, but everyone has managed to get themselves out of this one. So DogChamp, I'm not sure if they actually want to keep going, but they do have the RP, BKB, and Satanic still available on DNM. And it looks like he does want to play. So they will go after the T3 top tower. Not going to take them too long with Red 2's damage. No top racks. I mean, it's just... It's just not going to last throughout this onslaught. Just the thing as well, like, you have the looming threat of DNM whenever the hell he wants. One opportunity where you're just caught out of position and suddenly you're just going to get RP'd to death. Dendi does end up buying out a Nullifier in the meantime on the TA, but he's left himself with no buyback gold. So it's kind of an all-in play here from Bait, realizing that they are pretty much at the cusp of this game ending. Dominant, looking for a lasso, is going to find one, but a nice gaze out from Bloody Nine. Immediately just putting a stop to all that Dominant was trying to do. The Stomac did move in. Lowdown also moves into this team fight, but nobody is dying. Nobody's going down. And DogChamp, I mean, it's 4v5. They might want to reset and play it safe. And I think they will, but they could also just choose to go Megas.
Yeah. There's nothing stopping them. There's still this threat of back wall. Ooh.
Oh, there it is. Dendi, he's got no buyback. He just bought the Nullifier. And it looks like he is as good as gone. It's going to be very hard to defend without your TA. I mean, he is the highest net worth on the side of Bait.
Yeah, it's really awkward now for the side of Bait. It's not comfy to go for that defense. They dropped the back wall as well. It's your big teamfight counterplay. Not there. Lasso in 15. Maybe you can go for a lasso back off the fountain.
Nice skewer from Lowline for a moment. Problem was the RP's there anyway. DNM almost gets skewered into the fountain, but then he just skewers right back out as Moose goes a little bit deep, but he's still fine. Not for long though. He is dead.
They call?
Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do? Megas are up. You're too far behind. DogChamp just proving to be a significantly better team here in 2 or 3. And, you know, you got to give props to these boys. I mean, they've just been... I keep...